Hey everyone. So today, let's chat a bit about South Korea's geopolitical stability. You know how South Korea is technically still in a truce with North Korea, with the DMZ as the border, ever since the Korean War, and how the news often talks about threats from North Korea? Well, don't get the wrong idea from those headlines. The truth is, the chances of war breaking out in South Korea right now are super low. Actually, South Korea is a really attractive country for tourism and immigration. Now, that Korean War from 75 years ago, that happened because of Korea's really important geopolitical value. It was basically the superpowers fighting over who got more influence on the peninsula. Back then, the Korean peninsula didn't really have an owner. The Joseon dynasty had fallen ages ago, and Japan, its new owner, got hit with nukes, surrendered, and then let go of Korea. But now, the biggest US military base in the entire world is in South Korea, and that's there to keep China in check. North Korea actually used to have Chinese troops to counter the US military, but North Korea kicked them out. Even though North Korea and China share a border and are technically rivals, China only supports North Korea because they don't want the US military right on their doorstep. If North Korea disappeared, China would be stuck in a direct, tricky confrontation with the US. So, here's the kicker: North Korea's existence is actually useful for the US, China, and Russia. None of them want to directly butt heads. So North Korea acts as this convenient buffer zone. And get this, North Korea didn't even have the capability to develop nuclear weapons on their own, but they secretly got nuclear tech from Russia, China, and the US. Yup, all of them. Which allowed them to become a nuclear power today. That's exactly why when North Korea launches a missile, the South Korean stock market doesn't crash. It either recovers immediately or even goes up. If a war ever did happen in South Korea, it wouldn't be just a North-South Korean problem. It would stem from issues between the US and China. But honestly, while it might be different for North Korea, the possibility of war in South Korea is extremely, extremely low. Why? Because a massive amount of foreign capital has flowed into South Korea. South Korea is a completely different case from places like Ukraine, North Korea, Syria, Iran, or other Middle Eastern and South American countries. Its industrial scale, defense industry, semiconductors, shipbuilding, automobiles, heavy industry, petrochemicals, and trade sectors are so complexly and extensively intertwined with developed countries that it's practically impossible for a war to break out there. It's beyond what you might imagine. Next time, we'll dive into South Korea's climate. I'll tell you all about its weather and climate characteristics in detail. See you then.